Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome your hosts this evening, Matthew Roberts, Lisa Leyland and Gavin Emmett.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to the FIM Gala Ceremony 2015 here for the second successive season in beautiful Jerez de la Frontera, the world capital of motorcycling.
Yes, tonight is an opportunity for the men and women who have been officially crowned the very best motorcycle riders in the world to relax, rewind, and reflect on their groundbreaking achievements over the course of another year of hard racing.
Yes, the great and the good of the motorcycle world are here. All the FIM world champions and legends of 2015 are here amongst us in the historic surroundings of the Teatro Villa Marta. But to get us started, please, first of all, give a warm welcome to the president of the FIM, Mr. Vito Ippolito.
Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, I would like to personally offer my warm welcome to you to what is now the 6th edition of the FIM Gala ceremony, and the second time we have hosted this event in Jerez de la Frontera. This beautiful Spanish city, which is the world capital of motorcycle, and that has such a long history of two-wheel racing. During this year, the city has hosted a wide variety of two-wheel activities in addition to the FIM Gala ceremony. Thank you for being here in Jerez de la Frontera and for sharing this special occasion with the FIM and our incredible motorcycling family. Thank you very much.
Please welcome Italy's former national, international, European six-day Enduro champion and now an FIM Enduro legend, Guillermo Andreini.
Sono molto onorato di essere presente in questa manifestazione.
Further cementing himself into the record books, Poland's Tadeusz Blazusiak secured a record-breaking 6th consecutive FIM Super Enduro World Championship in 2015. Winning when he needed to and only once dropping as low as 4th in 18 races, the Polish rider confidently controlled the championship from start to finish, wrapping things up with another podium result at the GP of France, where he was awarded his 6th world crown.
He couldn't be here last year to collect his medal, but I'm so delighted to welcome on stage the 6-time FIM Super Enduro World Champion, Tadeusz Blazusiak.
Representing the International 6 Days Enduro World Trophy champion. She's going to be up here for a while, I'm afraid, because it's been an amazing season for Australia. The President of Motorcycling Australia, Tanya Lawrence.
Ending a 20-year winless streak, Australia won the FIM Junior World Trophy Team Competition in 2015 with a 4-rider team of Brock Grabham on the Sherco and Tom Mason, Daniel Sander and Ty Simmons on the KTM as they lifted the title ahead of Sweden and Italy.
For the first time in over 2 decades, the FIM International 6 Days Enduro Junior World Trophy winners are Australia.
Heavily tipped to deliver their 3rd consecutive FIM Women's World Trophy team victory in the FIM International 6 Days Enduro, Australia didn't disappoint. Unchanged since they recorded their first ISD victory in 2013, Australia's trio of Jessica Gardner on the Sherco, Taylor Jones and Gemma Wilson on the Yamahas were the clear winners in 2015.
Yes, for the 3rd year in succession, the FIM International 6 Days Enduro Women's Team Champions are, of course, Australia.
They're doing pretty well this evening, aren't they, so far?
Thank you, Tanya.
Claiming his first World Championship, Britain's Jamie McCanny was crowned the 2015 FIM Junior Enduro World Champion. After an injury-hit 2014 season, the Husqvarna rider came of age this year, focusing on securing the title his brother Daniel had won in the previous season. Jamie refused to settle for anything less than the championship victory.
Keeping it in the family, the FIM Junior Enduro World Champion, Jamie McCanny.
After many years of trying, Finland's Iro Reems became an FIM Enduro World Champion for the very first time in 2015. Competing in the Enduro 1 category, Reems entered the EWC series as the overall winner. The combination of a 3-year partnership with a small but mighty Italian manufacturer TM Racing, Reems was crowned champion at the season-ended race in France.
Here he is from Finland, the new FIM E1 Enduro World Champion, Eero Remes.
Antoine Mio returned to the top step of the FIM E2 Enduro World Championship podium to record his 5th world title in 2015. After crashing out the 2014 season with a serious wrist injury, many questioned whether Mio had both the physical and mental strength to win again. Determined to silence those that doubted him, the KTM rider went on to win the 2015 FIM E2 Enduro World Championship, his 5th world title, and a first for KTM with their 360 EXCF.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is now a 5-time world champion. Please welcome the FIM E2 Enduro World Champion for 2015, Antoine Mio.
Claiming his first senior FIM Enduro World Championship, Frenchman's Matthias Bellino was crowned the FIM E3 Enduro World Champion in 2015. Plagued with numerous injuries since storming to victory in the 2012 FIM Junior World Enduro Championship, Bellino finally saw fortune turn in his favour.
He went down to the final round, but 2nd place in his home round was enough to clinch the title for Matthias Bellino, the FIM E3 Enduro World Champion.
I did finally a season without any injury, and then I could show to everybody that I was able to fight for this title.
Please show your respect and appreciation to the FIM Cross Country Rallies legend for 2015 from Italy, Franco Pico.
Thank you very much for this possibility, this big event. So I'm very happy. And from tomorrow, I have to think for the next race.
Matthias Walkner became FIM Motocross MX3 World Champion in 2012, and then in October 2014 he took part in his very first rally in Morocco before his Dakar debut, going on to win just the third special stage. When he climbed onto the podium at the 2015 Morocco Rally, he had become FIM Cross Country Rally's World Champion after 5 races. A worthy victory for a young rider who lights up this discipline with his smile.
He comes from just a few kilometres away from KTM's headquarters in Austria, so perhaps it's not a great surprise that he found his calling in off-road motorcycles. He is now the FIM Cross Country Rally's World Champion, Matthias Walkner.
I really enjoy the rally riding now, and now we see forward for Dakar.
Think Bikes.
2015 marks the 6th edition of the FIM Road Safety Award. The award recognises associations, individuals or organisations that have made an outstanding contribution to motorcycling safety on the road. This year the award goes to Tony Rich. He was nominated by President Edmund King of the AA, as Tony devised the concept for a new Think Bikes campaign to sensitise drivers to make use of the side mirrors as well as the main mirror.
The FIM Road Safety Award for 2015 goes to Tony Rich and the AA campaign for 2015, Think Bikes. From the hills of the Peak District in the UK to motorcycling's Hall of Fame, please welcome FIM trial legend Mick Andrews.
Mick, pleasure to have you first off here at the gala ceremony. Oh, have a little cuddle. I don't mind if I do.
She's with me tonight, Mick.
Amazing footage up there, it really was. Just tell us, what's it like to watch that back?
Well, I don't really know. I feel embarrassed, really.
Really? Why?
I don't know why.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, you should feel proud of it. It's incredible.
I'm very proud of it, yes, but at 71 years old, remember now.
Repsol Honda's Tony Boo continued his domination of the FIM Indoor X-Trail World Championships as he notched up his 9th successive title in a discipline that he has very much made his own over the last decade. In the 6 rounds that formed up the 2015 World Championship, Boo won the 4 final races, including the biggest stop of the tour, his home Grand Prix in Barcelona, to become champion once more.
Yep, it's 9 titles and counting for the unstoppable FIM X-Trail World Champion, Tony Boo.
Great Britain recorded a 3rd victory in a row and their 6th in total at the 2015 FIM Women's Trial des Nations. The British trio was led by the 2015 FIM Women's Trial World Champion Emma Bristow on the Sherco, who was joined by Rebecca Cook-Jagas and Donna Fox Sherco, as they ran out eventual winners by 20 marks, but only after having been pushed hard by eventual runners-up Germany.
Representing the FIM Women's Trial of Nations champions Great Britain, the Vice President of the ACU, Mr. John Collins.
Emma Bristow on the Sherco successfully defended the title she won for the first time 12 months ago. She claimed the FIM Women's Trial World Championship for a second season in a row. Prior to her initial success in the series last season, Bristow had finished as runner-up for the previous 3 years and obviously therefore had extra motivation to retain a title she had worked so hard for over a prolonged period, and she did so in 2015 ahead of Rebecca Cook and Donna Fox.
Yeah, for the second successive season, the FIM Women's Trial World Champion is Emma Bristow.
For the 12th year in a row, it was the all-conquering Spanish team consisting of Tony Boo on the Repsol Honda, Adam Raga on the Gas, Hironi Fajardo on the Beta, and Albert Cabastani on the Sherco, who secured the FIM Trial of Nations title without any real challenge. Marking their 22nd victory in total, Spain's latest triumph was never really in question, as they ended the event an incredible 89 marks ahead of France, with Japan in third.
Never in doubt, was it really? The FIM Trial of Nations champions once again are Spain, represented by the president of the Spanish Federation, Angel Viladoms.
Repsol Honda's Tony Bow continued to rewrite the history books as he secured a record-extending 9th FIM Trial World Championship to set himself on another level to those champions that had gone before him. 2015 saw Tony move 2 clear of the 7 outdoor titles previously achieved by both Jordi Jerez and Dougie Lampkin. On this occasion, Bow's path to the crown was far less complicated than 12 months before, with his perennial challenge and eventual runner-up in the series yet again, Adam Raga on the Gas, failing to prevent Tony sealing title number 9 with a round still remaining.
Now 2 titles clear of Jordi Jerez and Dougie Lampkin. For the 9th time, the FIM Trial World Champion is Tony Bow.
My fight is always try my best in the next year, and I think it's my mentality, my motivation.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Mick. And for now, thank you, Lisa. Gavin, I think you've caught up with an old friend of ours down there.
Yeah, as you say, all the stars have been here tonight. I've got Jorge Lorenzo here alongside me, of course. We're going to be seeing him up on stage at the moment. But I thought I'd grab a quick word with Jorge, because you were supposed to be doing the Race of Champions this weekend, but we know you burnt yourself a little bit. You okay? Injuries okay? Thanks for being here anyway.
Yeah, don't worry. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations to all the champions. You know how hard it is to be here. So, yeah, thank you for your interest. My leg is coming better. To be honest, the first days was difficult because can be infected, so you have to take care a lot of the leg because the burn was huge.
Thank you very much, Jorge. You can take your seat for the time being. Jorge will be up in stage in a moment, but for now, we're going to move on to track racing. 8 team and individual honours to be handed out here in the disciplines of ice speedway, gladiators, long track and speedway. To present them, let's meet our next FIM legend.
Motorunion sendte 8 danskere på en træningsskole i England, Bellevue Speedway.
Taking his place as an FIM track racing legend, please welcome the Great Dane of Speedway, Ollie Olsen.
Which I've been very proud of, and it's fantastic to see how it's grown further and further every year. So I'm very excited about that.
The Russian team have been superior in many years in the FIM Team Ice Speedway Gladiators World Championship, and it was no surprise they took their 33rd title in the March sunshine in Berlin. Austrian pair Franz Zorn and Harold Simon started in sensational fashion by leading the Russians from the start, and it was only a superb ride from Krashnikov and a last bend 3rd place by Ivanov that gave the advantage to the champions. Zorn and Simon continued to apply their pressure on Sunday afternoon, but disqualification for Simon dented their chances and they fell 2 points short of the Russian score.
Yeah, they were pushed all the way by the Austrians, but ladies and gentlemen, for the 33rd time, the FIM Team Ice Speedway Gladiators are Russia, and collecting the award on behalf of the Russian Federation, Oksana Petrovskaya.
Dmitry Koltakov was crowned Motul FIM Speedway Gladiators World Champion for 2015 when he finally collected the gold medal in Insel, Germany in March. But he had to overcome an injury scare after a crash in December last year. Dmitry ultimately completed the season with a 27-point advantage over the former champion Ivanov to join the long list of champions hailing from Russia.
Yes, the latest Ice King from Russia and the new FIM Ice Speedway Gladiators champion is Dmitry Koltakov, who sadly, Gav, can't be here with us tonight.
Oh, that's a shame, but Dmitry, if you are watching on the app, congratulations. So we'll move straight on from Ice Speedway to long track now, and a Teams World Championship that could not have been closer.
Great Britain are FIM Team Long Track World Champions for the first time after beating holders Germany in a nail-biting finale to a memorable meeting in Muldorf. It was a particularly poignant triumph for British team manager Mitch Godden as his side collected the Don Godden Trophy, named after his legendary father.
Well, what an emotional moment that must have been for Mitch Godden. Here to collect the award on behalf of the FIM Team Long Track World Champions Great Britain, and representing the ACU is Peter Gregory.
Yannick de Jong became the first ever rider from the Netherlands to win a track racing world title when he took the crown in a tension-packed concluding round in Mauritius, France. In a reverse of the 2014 final, it was de Jong who held his nerve, and with defending champion Eric Ries dropping points, it was left to Yannick to seal his maiden long track world championship with a storming ride to win the final.
Yeah, amazingly, the first ever rider from the Netherlands to win a track racing world title, the FIM Long Track World Champion, Yannick de Jong.
The Under-21 team final was held in Australia for the first time with a historic meeting in Mildura in October. Holders Poland were expected to be given a tough battle by the Danes and the home team Australia, but they ran out comfortable winners to take the championship for an unprecedented 8th time.
Yeah, a hugely impressive performance from the Polish youngsters to beat the Aussies in their own backyard. The Under-21 Team Speedway World Champions of Poland, represented tonight by the President of the Polish Federation, Andrzej Witkowski.
Bartosz Marzlik became the latest product of a seemingly unending stream of young Polish talent when he won the FIM Speedway Under-21 World Championship in Pardubice in the Czech Republic in 2015. It's the 5th consecutive year that a Polish rider has won this championship as the Poles continue to introduce new talent to the world stage. Bartosz also gained thousands of new admirers this year with his gesture of donating his prize money to the Darcy Ward Foundation.
Yeah, a wonderful gesture from yet another wonderful young Polish Speedway star. The FIM Speedway Under-21 World Champion is Bartosz Marzlik.
Once again, the Speedway World Cup provided excellent racing in Vosges, Denmark, with another last heat decider to determine the destiny of the Ove Fundin Trophy. In one of the best World Cup finals of recent years, underdog Sweden overcame some early setbacks to take their first SWC title since 2004. Their win was a reward too for first-year manager Morgan Anderson, whose laid-back attitude surprised some observers, but inspired great team spirit amongst the whole squad.
Yeah, what a great battle that was with Denmark and Poland. But the FIM Speedway World Cup champions are Sweden, represented tonight by the president of the Swedish Federation, Håkan Lehmann.
Although winning an FIM Speedway Grand Prix World Championship is not easy, securing the title for a second time is even harder. Ty Woffenden will be able to add his own views to this observation after becoming the first Englishman to win a second individual world title since the great Peter Craven in 1962. Ty makes no secret of his ambition to become a multi-world title holder, and this year he took one step closer to reaching that goal.
Yeah, that's right. The double FIM Speedway World Champion is, of course, Ty Woffenden.
It seemed to happen. Everything just clicked, and this year I know what happened to make it click, so I'm looking forward to what the future has to hold.
So are we. Thanks, Ty.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The FIM Environmental Award has been presented annually since 1997 to recognise individuals and organisations that have made a significant contribution to enhance environmental awareness.
Please welcome FIM Environmental Ambassador, three-time Speedway World Champion, Greg Hancock.
This year's winner of the FIM Environmental Award is the National Motorcycle Federation of Andorra, who joined the Keep It Shiny and Sustainable programme as part of the FIM Trial World Championship event they organised in the small principality which sits in the heart of the Pyrenees. This is the second time that this award has been won by the small national federation, their previous success coming in 2013.
Yes, the winner of the 2015 FIM Environmental Award goes to the Federación Motociclista de Andorra, represented tonight by Carla de Juan. Great pictures once again. The first Finnish rider ever to win an FIM Motocross World Championship. Please give a warm welcome to Heikki Mikkola.
1974, the battle with Roger, a great year for you.
Yes, I see Roger today, but we not speak anything in the motocross. We speak some other things.
The 2015 edition of the FIM Snowcross World Championship was relocated in extremis to Älvsbyn in Sweden. It produced an emotional victory for last year's 7th place Marcus Ogemar Hellgren and another gold medal for Sweden. Indeed, Swedish riders also took silver and bronze, making it an all-Svenska podium.
So as you can see there, the FIM Snowcross World Champion is Marcus Ogemar Hellgren.
France was the first European country to welcome Supermoto to its soil, and it's continued its love story with the sport ever since. Thomas Charrier aside, the French riders may have deserted the FIM World Championship to concentrate on their domestic series, but they proved once again that, when racing as a team, they are still the powerhouse to beat by lifting the FIM Supermoto of Nations.
Yeah, they had to overcome a strong challenge from the Italians, but once again, the FIM Supermoto of Nations champions are France, and collecting the award is the president of the French Federation, Mr. Jacques Boll.
Thomas Charrier had won his 3 previous FIM World Championships in even years, back in 2010, 2012 and 2014. Would he be able to buck the trend and take the world title in an odd year, or was he doomed to wait another year to add a 4th crown to his tally? Ivan Lazzarini and Lucas Holbacher were also in the hunt for the title, but Charrier kept his calm, gradually increasing his lead, and he may have lost battles in the last 6 races, but in the end, he won the war.
Now a four-time FIM S1GP Supermoto World Champion, Thomas Jerez.
The 2015 FIM Freestyle Motocross World Championship has been a close battle between defending champion Mikel Malero and challenger David Ronaldo. Ronaldo, who sustained a severe injury in 2013, is definitely back in 2015, and the two have dominated the majority of the rounds this season. And with just 2 events left to go in Gdansk and Sofia, Ronaldo has a 12-point lead over Malero, but anything can happen.
Yeah, well, actually, the Gdansk round actually took place last night, and I can tell you it went the way of Malero, who now trails Ronaldo by just 2 points going into the final round in Sofia. Should be a good night, that one.
Yeah, it should be good. Shame we can't have them here this time, but for now, we're going to move on to our youngest champions of the night, the Junior Motocross World Champions, and 2 titles to be handed out this year in 125cc. And first of all, our youngest champion of the evening in 85cc.
Raivo Dankers was initially off the pace in practice at El Molar, but in the Sunday warm-up, the European 85cc champion set the 3rd fastest time and was starting to show his true intentions. In race 1, it looked as if Strupart Moreau would take the win, but he went down and handed victory to Dankers. Then in the 2nd race, Dankers had to settle for 3rd, but it was enough to clinch his first FIM World Championship. Taking home the FIM 125cc Junior Motocross World Championship this year was France's Maxime Renault, who clinched it with a hard-fought double race victory. The 2 other riders who rounded off the podium were Britain's Conrad Muse and Australians Hunter Lawrence. In race 1, Renault kept his nerve and won the race by a narrow margin of just under 4/10 for Muse, with Spain's Ruben Fernandez in 3rd. In race 2, Renault outdid Muse once more as Richard Siquinha rode to a lonely 3rd.
The FIM 125cc Junior Motocross World Champion is Maxime Renault.
For the last 3 years, Etienne Bax and Kaspar Stupelis have been obliged to say second fiddle in the FIM Sidecar Motocross World Championship, but this year it would be different. They became the 2015 World Champions with 16 race victories and 28 podiums in just 32 races. Bax and Stupelis might have struck gold, but the battle for a runner-up between Giraud and Musset and Hendricks and Van der Bogart raged on until the last race, and in the end it was Giraud who got the upper hand because of his better scorings.
Yeah, the FIM Sidecar Motocross Champions for 2015 from the Netherlands, Etienne Bax, and from Latvia, Kaspar Stupelis.
FIM Women's Motocross World Champion Chiara Fontanesi took glory once more in a last-round battle for the title. At the Grand Prix of the Czech Republic, she suffered a technical problem on the sighting lap, but she kept her composure to score the podium finish necessary for a 4th crown in a row, outdoing chief rival Livia Lancelot. Fontanesi triumphed in 2015 thanks to 3 Grand Prix wins from 6, the most impressive being the double at Tuschenthal in Germany.
The FIM Women's Motocross World Champion, the iconic Chiara Fontanesi.
Ryan Dungey had to wait until round 5 in Anaheim before he could take a first win in the 2015 AMA Supercross Championship, but by that time, he was already in the commander's seat. With 8 event victories added to his account this season, Dungey is back where he was in 2010, in the #1 spot in Supercross, and he also gave KTM its first AMA Supercross FIM Championship ever. At the Ernay circuit in northern France, the 69th edition of the Motocross of Nations took place in September, with Team France MXGP World Champion Romain Fevre, the 2015 MXGP runner-up Gauthier Paulin, and AMA East Coast Supercross champion Marvin Musquin, providing the partisan crowd with a perfect reason to party. The trio defeated Team USA by just 2 points for their second hoist of the Chamberlain Trophy in a row.
Incredible home crowd there to cheer on the winners of the 69th FIM Motocross of Nations. Of course, it's France, and returning to the stage to collect the award, the President of the French Federation, Mr. Jacques Beau.
For the second year in a row, the FIM MX2 Motocross World Championship chase went down to the wire after 18 Grand Prix and 35 dramatic sprints. HRC's Gary Boldy Honda's Tim Gadgers survived the tense and unpredictable campaign and racked up the highest number of victories with 5 successes and 8 podiums to celebrate a remarkable triumph at just 18 years old.
The FIM MX2 Motocross World Champion from Slovenia, Tim Geiser.
Taking a first dip into the premier class of the FIM MXGP Motocross World Championship after finishing third in MX2 the previous year, Romain Fevre swung his leg over the works YZ450F after a rough winter of preparation. At round 6 in Spain, he bagged his first rostrum finish, and that kicked off a phenomenal run of 13 consecutive podiums. The Grand Prix of Netherlands at Assen will long live in the memory for 461, as that was the day when Fevre confirmed his status as the world's best for 2015.
Just when I took the right plate, I remember that, with the team we have a long discussion and we say, yeah, maybe it's my time.
Okay, thank you, Matt. Time to meet our next FIM legend now, another lady with a true need for speed.
Je pense que si je suis devant pas mal de garçons. J'ai les yeux un peu enflammés, mais enfin, j'ai bon moral, c'est toujours.
Reprendre ses droits. Nouveau le désert, la piste solitaire et le combat intérieur.
A former rally driver, motorcycle and speedboat racer with an impressive record in all 3 categories. Please welcome Martine de Contants.
I saw an Enduro and then I said, wow, that's for me. And I went.
"2015 marks the first ever FIM Women in Motorcycling Award, an award created to recognise and celebrate those who've significantly contributed to improving and developing the presence of women in all motorcycling related areas. The inaugural winner of this award is Australia's Motorcycling Victoria's Female Participation Programme, which is an initiative that's run for 4 years, creating healthier sporting environments that are safe, accessible and inclusive to support the participation of women and girls in all areas of motorcycle sport.
Yes, the winner of the inaugural FIM Women in Motorcycling Award is Motorcycling Victoria's Female Participation Programme. Here to collect the award all the way from Australia, Peter Thomas.
Here to present the awards in sidecar, endurance, supersport, superbike, Moto3, Moto2 and, of course, MotoGP is our final legend of the evening. A man who had a massive impact on his sport both on and off the track.
Comes home to crown his record lap
with victory at a record race average of 87.
Ladies and gentlemen, our final FIM legend of 2015 is Max Doibel.
Speed is high. The technique maybe overtook the person.
"29 years after his father Egbert achieved the same feat, LCR Suzuki's Benny Struer won the FIM Sidecar Road Racing World Championship with his passenger Gerd Kurz. A pair of safe second places over the closing 2 days of competition at the final round in Germany was enough for the Dutch duo to claim the overall prize and put Holland firmly back at the top of the sidecar road racing world.
Yes, the FIM Sidecar World Champions from the Netherlands, Benny Struer and his passenger Gerd Kurz.
Dominique Melian set up the now illustrious Suzuki Endurance Racing team in 1918. It did not take long for the squad from Le Mans to make its mark. In 1983, the team won its first world title, and 2 years later, the first Suzuki GSXR in a very long series became the official bike of the team. Over the years, the success story has seen 14 Endurance World Championship titles and 65 race wins, including 15 at the Bol d'Or and 10 at the 24-hour de Mans.
The latest chapter in an incredible success story for the FIM Endurance team, Suzuki Endurance Racing team, and in particular, team manager Dominique Melian. And of course, let's not forget the riders.
The Suzuki Endurance Racing team were crowned FIM Endurance World Champions in 2015, with the team consisting of Anthony Delhal taking his 4th title with CERT, the rookie Etienne Masson, who's won a title in just his first year with the team, and Vincent Philippe, who has become a 9-time world champion.
Yes, the FIM Endurance World Championship winning riders Anthony Delhal, Etienne Masson and Vincent Philippe.
Thank you very much, guys. Incredible success there with CERT. Thank you.
Kenan Sofuoglu is the man with the most FIM Supersport World Championship titles to his name in history. His first came back in 2007 and he lifted the title once more in 2010 and then again in 2012. The 2015 season would see him become champion once more as he held off the challenges of Jules Cluzel and PJ Jacobsen to become FIM Supersport World Champion for the 4th time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most successful rider in the history of the class and now the 4-time FIM Supersport World Champion and national hero, Kenan Sofuoglu.
Jonathan Ray.
14 victories and 22 podiums in just 24 races. Nothing like this has ever been seen in the history of World Superbikes. Having opted to get aboard the Kawasaki ZX-10R of Team Motorcard after 7 seasons with the Honda Tenkate team, Jonathan Ray left only crumbs for his rivals in 2015. He was crowned the world champion 5 races before the end of the season in Jerez, and Jonathan's season was simply outstanding and truly impressive in every way.
The FIM Superbike World Champion, Jonathan Ray, in World Superbikes, but he virtually doubled that tally with Kawasaki in an incredible first year on the ZX-10R, failing to make the podium in just 3 of the 26 races. Incredible season for Jonathan.
The FIM CEV Repsol 2015 Junior Moto3 World Championship came right down to the very last corner of the very last race of the season. It saw junior team VR46's Nicola Balega crowned champion after he managed to secure 3rd in the final race of 2015. The Italian's consistency proved crucial in a season where he finished on the podium 7 times to secure the title by just 4 points from Albert Arenas.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first ever FIM Junior Moto3 World Champion, running that very famous number 46, Nicola Balega. Yes, Nicola, the only rider to finish in the points at every race this season. Adding race wins to his armoury too, in an impressive season, he will move up to the Moto3 World Championship, in fact next year, to join an exciting crop of Italian youngsters making their name in Grand Prix.
The 2015 FIM Moto3 World Championship went right down to a nail-biting finale after a remarkable run of late-season form by Miguel Oliveira. Danny Kent's sizable lead had been built up thanks to a brilliant first half of the season, but a drastic dip in form saw his lead reduced to just 24 points when the series headed to the last race of the season at Valencia. Oliveira would take his 6th win of the year, but Kent finished in 9th to secure the 2 points he needed to make him the first British rider to win a World Championship since Barry Sheene in 1977.
Yes, from England, the FIM Moto3 World Champion, Danny Kent.
Consistency was key to Johan Zarco's 2015 FIM Moto2 World Championship triumph as he put together a run of 12 straight podiums, encompassing 6 victories to open up an impressive lead over Tito Rabat in the championship. Rabat was then forced to miss the flyaway rounds after an injury in training, meaning that Zarco was crowned champion after taking his 7th win of the season, before he added an 8th in Malaysia that helped boost his eventual points to a record-breaking 352.
Ladies and gentlemen, the FIM Moto2 World Champion, Johan Zarco.
The 2015 FIM MotoGP World Championship will go down in history as one of the most dramatic and exciting ever. Movie star Yamaha teammates Valentino Rossi and Jorge Lorenzo were inseparable all season, and coming into the final round at Valencia, Rossi led Lorenzo by just 7 points in the standings, but Rossi would be forced to start from the back of the grid. Despite riding through the field to 4th, Lorenzo held his nerve to take victory and become 3 times MotoGP World Champion.
Joining the likes of Wayne Rainey and Kenny Roberts as a 3-time FIM MotoGP World Champion, please welcome Jorge Lorenzo.
Unbelievable to win the world title just in the last lap, in the last corner, in the last race of the season, after not being ahead in any race during this 18 races of the championship. No? When you can transform all these bad moments, bad results, injuries during the years with experience, with observing all the people, by reading, by trying to improve yourself into mostly podiums, like I had the opportunity to do, you feel very proud of yourself. And I think all these guys, all these champions, know what I mean, and also they have this special day in their life, like I had in Valencia on Saturday afternoon. No?
For Jorge Lorenzo, and we'll ask you to stay with us here, Jorge, because we're going to bring all our world champions back out on stage now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this gala ceremony is over. I would like to thank all of you, and I would like also to invite all the riders to take a family picture. Thank you very much indeed. Grazie, gracias. Thank you.
Thank you to you, Mr. Ippolito, as well. Ty, come on, everyone out here, Johnny as well.
Okay, I want to take this opportunity to thank all our world champions here in Jerez and everybody watching on the FIM Gala app. Hope you've all had a wonderful evening. I know I have. Gavin, Matt?
Yeah, great stuff. Thanks to everyone for coming tonight, of course, and everyone watching back home as well.
Hope to see you next year. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.